Welcome to the virtual cuisine. Can we start the event with a prayer song by Hamsini? Hamsini, can you unmute?
Sure. I'm unmuted. Should I start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Somaskandam Swanandakandam Kamakshisham Kalyanavisham Somaskandam Swanandakandam Sundarangamashrayami Gangadarantam Gauri Sametam Shingararupam Shri Somasutram Gangadarantam Gauri Sametam Shingararupam Shri Somasutram Gangadarantam Gauri Sametam Shingararupam Shri Somasutram Gangadarantam Gauri Sametam Guru Guharupa Mashrayami Guru Guharupa Mashrayami. Thank you.
Thank you, Hamsini. That was divine. So, welcome one and all again. So, this is a virtual cuisine. Hope we will enjoy, will cherish it. Our kids have come up with their culinary skills and most importantly with the science behind it. I'm sure you would have enjoyed treat by our little art that favors more love and affection and family time. I would like to introduce our chief guest. Hi, Lavanya.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I would like to talk about Ms. Lavanya. She's my college mate, and she worked as a food scientist for 4 years in soya food manufacturing company, and she worked as a quality QA manager for 10 years, and working as a plant manager now, and she's in charge of R&D, QA, and production. While in college, she has won product development competitions in SWIFT and IFT by developing nutritional cookies for school kids, actually. So while working, she developed soya-based products like flavored soya milk, fruit soya yogurt, hummus, soya-based veggie burgers, pumpkin pea, and the list is inline, actually, Lavanya. Spice coating mix for kitchen, cake mixes, custard filling, and other fruit fillings for croissants and donuts. And she has prepared some syrups for Mexican drinks also. As a quality analyst, right? Got QAF quality, safe quality food certification for the company she is working in. And her profile is maintaining the production facility with proper management system, working on automation. She's working on automation of food production now. As a person, she is very humble and down to earth, and she has been motivating and supporting me in all my endeavors till now. Thank you so much, Lavanya, for your presence. And indeed, your presence is a feast for us.
Thank you, Banu. It's my pleasure.
So I think you will, yes, please. Sorry, Lavanya, I was disturbing. Tell me.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you and all the kids. I'd love to work with you guys today.
Nice to see you after many years, actually. We met in college, and it's good to see you now through our video call. Thank you so much for joining. And I think our kids would have had a family time enjoying cooking with their parents, with their help and their skills. And it's actually a family time, right? Cooking with parents. It shares more of love and affection, right? It's just a worth it family time for kids also. I think they would have enjoyed doing it. Now let's see their skills also through this event. Can I call upon Jashwant? Can you do it first? Jashwant?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Jashwant, you'll have to share your screen, I think.
Okay.
And actually, Jashwant, The name Foodies Goodies, I got it from him actually. He was the one who named the event, and thank you, Jashwant, for the same.
Sure thing. Slideshow. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jashwant Krishna, and today I'm going to present on the topic. I can't see your screen. You can't see my screen? Oh.
Yeah, we can see your screen, Jashwant.
Okay, let me continue. So today I actually made some wheat donuts for my stall, which was a few years ago. Now, so that day I made some wheat donuts. So what are donuts? First of all, so a donut is a type of leaven fried dough. They are usually deep fried from a flour dough, but other types of batters can also be used. They also use various toppings and flavorings, just sugar, chocolate, or even cream for some reasons. Well, donuts might include eggs, water, milk, sugar, oil, natural or artificial flavors, and sometimes they might also use some yeast to increase the fluffiness. So basically, donut is just a bun which actually looks like a nut, and it is coated with chocolate and also has some toppings with sprinkles and etc. It was actually invented in America and is one of the most famous food items out there. Really? Let me search. The procedure. So first, to make my donuts, all you need is first you need to pour 1 teaspoon of salt to 500 grams of all-purpose flour, which is a wheat flour or maida if you want. Then you need to add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and then mix all three. Now add 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast or yeast powder and mix them again. Now third things, you need to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 cup of lukewarm milk. Now you need to mix them with your hand, and then now you need to keep on adding water until you obtain a slimy and sticky texture. It should be very sticky. Now step 2. Dust the surface with all-purpose flour so we can net the dough. Now you need to net the dough by bringing it forward and then backward. Now repeat this for at least minimum 8 minutes or earlier, but it should get a smooth and fluffy texture. Now all you need to do is put the dough in a bowl, grease it with some oil and cover the bowl in a plastic wrap and put it in an oven that has actually been preheated for 200 degrees for at least half an hour. So the dough will rise. If you can't do this, it's simple. You can just put the bowl of dough in a warm place in your house for 2 to 3 hours. But putting it in a preheated oven, it takes half an hour. Just this thing. Step 3. Now I need to make the molding the donuts. So now you need to take the dough out and punch it once so that there's no excessive air. Now you need to dust the surface with some flour and roll the dough to make it flat, and it should be ½ inch thick at least. Now you need to cut out donut shapes. So you can either use a donut cutter for this, or cut the donuts with a glass, and then to get out the middle you can cut it with a cap so that you get a donut shape. Now you need to grease them with oil again and keep them to rise for 20 to 20 minutes. But now you can actually keep them in a tray, because if you keep them in a bowl, they'll just mix again. So this would be the best time to melt your chocolates for coating. So for melting your chocolates, you can actually use the double boiler method, which is actually boil the water in a pan and then place another bowl in which you have the chocolates. Now when the water boils, the steam will actually melt the chocolate. Okay. Now step 3, frying the donuts and coating them. Now you need to take these donuts and fry them in oil with at least medium heat till they get a golden bright brown texture, and they are fluffy and have some gaps with air in between. Note, do not overcrowd the pan by frying a lot at the same time, or else you won't get a proper texture. Now the final step is coating. Now take the melted chocolate you have and then dip these donuts dip these donuts in them. You can use any type of chocolate like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, or any other strawberry flavors, but those are rare. Now you need to dip them. Dip half of the donut in the melted chocolate, and you can top them with any kind of sprinkles you want. Sprinkles or chocolate chips or even some other Oreos, etc. Now you can enjoy your wheat donut. Okay. Now, last but not least, are the benefits of making a wheat donut rather than a normal donut. First things first, mainly it's homemade, which makes it way healthier. And second, it uses wheat rather than maida. Everyone knows how maida is unhealthy and wheat on the other hand is healthy. And when you buy it from outside, you mostly get maida donuts. So when you make it from wheat donuts, it's a bit more healthy. But next. So these are the donuts that I used to make. So the chocolate donuts for the strawberry donuts. The strawberry donuts I couldn't get the chocolate did not melt properly. So all I did was put some strawberry syrup on top of white chocolate, making it. But then the chocolate donuts did come out evenly. And these are fun. This is just a start. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jashwant. I would also like to add that he sold all the donuts during his food stall. After Lavanya, yeah, your comments, please.
Yeah, sure. Just one, that's a very nice donuts that you made. I'm right now the company I'm working for. Our main product is donuts. We have a lot of stores here, especially for donuts. And you explained the process really well. Yes, it's yeast raised donuts, and the good thing you did is you made it with wheat flour.
Thank you.
And you explained really well about maida and wheat difference. It's nice. Your donut looks cute too.
Thanks. And actually, this is the logo of my stall. Well, but now it's in Google too. Where is it? It's in the first slide. Yeah, this one. It's actually the thing.
Wow, nice.
Google, I kind of. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Jashwant. May I call upon Hamsini now? Hamsini, would you like to share your screen or I'll do it for you?
I can share my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. 1 second.
Hamsini, you're presenting, right?
Yes. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
No, it's blank.
It's blank.
Hamsini, can I do it for you?
Sure. 1 second.
I'll do it for you, Hamsini.
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. Can everyone see?
Yeah.
Yes, Hamsini, you can start, ma. I've presented your thing.
Okay, so this is my little potato air fry. It's 560 calories. So the ingredients are 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half teaspoon of dry mango powder, 1/4 teaspoon of dry chili powder, and 1 pinch of salt. 2 teaspoons of peanut oil and 40 potatoes, which equal 560 calories, and they are grown in Canada. First, you have to wash and dry the 40 potatoes. Then you have to cut them in half and pour 2 tablespoons of peanut oil in. Then you have to pour half teaspoon of soy salt in, and then you have to mix it. Put the potatoes on a tray and put it in the air fry oven. Heat the air fry oven for 13 minutes to 400. Yeah. Now take all the spices and everything and mix it well with the potatoes. Thank you.
What is potato rich in, Hamsini?
What?
What is potato rich in? Carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins. What is it?
What? Carbohydrates.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Lavanya, yes.
Yes.
You're coming.
Actually, that's a very nice potato fry. Recently, I love to cook in air fryer. It's very easy and quick in process, and also it came out very tasty. I can see all the spices you used. It's really nice. Hope it tastes good too.
Thank you. It does.
Your family enjoyed it, Hamsini? I think you must have had a treat that day. Is it?
Yes.
Good. So, okay, is Aradhya ready now?
Yeah.
For her? Yeah, Aradhya. Hi, Aradhya. Yeah, yours is colorful.
Actually, Auntie, can I share my screen?
I think I'll do it for you, Aradhya. It took time for Hamsini, right? Should be the same case with you. I'll do it for you.
Am I showing? Is it showing?
No. I'll present it, Aradhya. You're doing it. Okay.
So I'm presenting right now?
Yeah.
My cooking project, garden salad, by Aradhya Vyakarna. Step 1. Wash the below vegetables, then cut them, except the line, to the size that you want and mix them all together. I chose 1 cucumber, tomatoes, 2 from our garden, 1 lime, and 1 lettuce. The ingredient, step 2. Ingredients for salad dressing. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of homemade yogurt, 1 half teaspoon crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, and 1 teaspoon cumin powder. Mix all the above in a bowl. Pour the salad dressing into the bowl and cut the vegetables from step 1. Sit back and enjoy your garden salad. Thank you.
Wow, Aradhya, that's colorful here and the whole sum of health benefit product. Good here. Super.
Aradhya, that salad is so colorful and nutritious. I like the way you prepared your own salad dressing. That's very nutritious too. Hope you enjoyed that salad.
The presentation was also too good, Aradhya. The way you presented was very well. Good. Thank you, Aradhya. And I call upon, tell me, you have something to say, Aradhya?
No.
Okay, good.
Also, Auntie.
Yeah.
Actually, I have nothing to say.
Oh, that's what you were about to say, is it? Naughty. Okay. I'll call upon Kirtika now. Kirtika, can I present it for you?
Yeah, you can present it.
Yeah. And I think she has made healthy Indian stuff. One second. I'll show her presentations here. Kirtika, you can unmute and talk, okay?
Yeah.
1 second. I'm getting the file. Yeah. Am I presenting?
Yeah.
Share my screen. Yeah.
Good morning, all. My name is Kirtika. Today I'm going to tell about the nutrition's value and what's there in Italy. Italy is a breakfast which is low in calories, good, good source of protein, and also good for digestion. Italy is a very healthy breakfast. The nutritions in Italy are iron, sodium, calcium, vitamin A, potassium, protein, fiber, carbohydrates, fat. People nowadays don't like idlis, but it's very good for health. Thank you.
Wow, the way you presented with that cloth in it is very traditional. Good, Kirtika. And where's your final presentation? Did it turn out well?
Yeah,
Wow, good. So what did you add on with it? So what is the side dish for it?
sambar.
Wow, very good. That's a good combo.
Yes, Kritika, that is really nice. I was expecting you to say protein because nowadays people don't know how our Indian foods are so healthy and rich in protein and good carbs. You presented it really well. I was expecting that you said it. I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kirtika. Now I call upon Dakshin. I think I'll share my presentation for Dakshin. This presentation is with me. Hi, Dakshin. And once again, I had Dakshin's. Yeah. Dakshin?
For trivia, Dakshin J. Nutrients in our food: carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals. Fiber helps in maintaining a good digestive system. Some of the fiber rich for food are oats, fruits and vegetables, cereals. Refreshes us, it keeps our eyes moist. Water is very important to us because it refreshes us, it keeps our eyes moist, it improves our digestion, keeps our kidneys healthy, keeps our skin healthy and glowing. Protective vitamins and minerals protect our body from illness. Protect vitamins and minerals. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin K, iron, calcium. Now let's see the recipe. I made. First, let egg omelette. The nutrients present are protein from the egg white, fat from the egg yolk, and oil. Mineral like sodium from the salt used helps us grow, keep us calm, maintain our beautiful soft skin, gives us energy, helps in absorption of vitamins and minerals. Protein helps us be strong, helps to build, repair, and protect our muscles. You can. Now let's see the recipe I made. First, let's take a pan and keep it on the stove. Switch on the stove. I put some oil and on the pan break the egg and put inside the pan. Now you break the egg and put inside the pan. Now I am going to sprinkle some salt and pepper. Let's wait for it to cook. Now Now I will flip the egg. Now the omelette is ready. Very tasty.
Good, good, Dakshin. So egg is the reason for your glowing skin, is it?
Yes.
Thank you. Well presented. The video was so sweet, Dakshin. As
You.
Dakshin, that was so cute. I like the video you posted here, and I don't know what to say. Omelette is my favorite, and it's very true. It's very nutritious, especially for the breakfast. Yeah, it's very quick, and you can have it before your school, right? And it's fulfilling. You won't be hungry for a long time. And I love how you went through all the different nutrients and what's their advantage and all this. You literally took one food science 101 class now. I'm really glad you did this.
thank you, Dakshin. Thank you, Dakshin. Well presented. It was a complete balanced diet. I think one could have in a right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I call upon Sai Ashish. You ready with your presentation?
Can you share it? I'm putting it in the chat.
Now you're putting it. Okay, I'll do it. Where is your presentation?
It's in the chat.
Right. 4-bean salad, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Wow, it's again a colorful thing here.
Can you
see my screen?
Today I'm gonna be making. Today I'm gonna be making a 4-bean salad. Well, I made a 4-bean salad, and my name is Sai. Can you please move on to the next page? So the ingredients needed for this is 1 whole medium-sized tomato, 1 whole medium-sized cucumber, 1 whole medium-sized carrot, half medium-sized onion, and coriander is optional. And 400 grams of 4-bean mixed. I use the canned one. And salt as required. And 1/4 medium-sized lemon. So first you'll have to. Wait, what?
What happened?
With this.
This is what is the next slide, Asai?
No. There's something wrong with it.
This is what is received. What happened?
Not sure.
Okay, you continue.
Okay. Then I can just say it. So you chop the tomato, cucumber, carrot, and onion. Finally chop it and then add it in a bowl. And also chop the coriander if you want. Add the 4-bean mix, salt and lemon, and mix. And yeah, that's all. Oh wait, the nutrition stuff. Health benefits. It's loaded with protein. It's good for your heart. Contains antioxidants. Has fiber and vitamins. And you can replace any vegetables you don't like or add any vegetable you want. Thank you.
How long does it stay fresh, Sai?
I'm
Can
not sure 'cause when I usually make it, we eat it on the same day.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's very good thing. Instead of refrigerating, is it?
Yeah, so I've never tried refrigerating it.
Wow, very good. That's good to know.
It's really really good food. Completely high in protein, and you added salt and lemon, which helps you to keep this for a little longer period. That's kind of preservative for the salad, and it gives yummy flavor too, right?
Yep.
It's really good. Nice presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Super. So now I call upon Rishwant. Rishwant, can you start? Can I present your stuff?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yes.
Hi guys, in today's Goodies Foodies event, I made chicken. You guys might think why chicken except of more things. I chose chicken because whole world eats chicken, and at some places some people does not eat some food item, and other places they don't eat it. So they eat chicken all over the world, so I chose chicken. Chicken. Energy 103.27 cal and protein 19.78 grams, fat 3.82 grams, carbohydrates 3.26 grams. Rinse chicken with turmeric oil. Ingredients 1. Egg, corn flour, tomato chili sauce, green chili sauce, turmeric, salt, red chili powder, ginger garlic paste, and soya sauce. Whisk all the ingredients. Marinate the chicken pieces for 30 minutes. Shallow fry the chicken in tawa with oil till golden brown and keep it aside for 5 minutes. Ingredients: egg, protein, blinding agent, corn flour, blinding agent, tomato chili sauce, taste, green chili sauce, taste, turmeric, medicinal properties, antioxidant, salt, taste, red chili powder, taste, ginger garlic paste, medical value, taste. In the same tawa, add oil and fry capsicum, spring onions, and cashew nut. Add the chicken and finally garnish it with spring onions and cashew. Protein-rich chicken is ready. Yummy! It is always so good to eat freshly cooked food, but you can freeze it and preserve for only a day or two. Thank you.
So how did you prepare it? How long did it take, Rishwant, to prepare it?
5 hours, because the gap and all takes more than 5 hours.
Oh, good.
Restaurant, that's nice. I felt like a Chinese chicken Manchurian kind of flavor over there. And I also like the picture of you tasting it, and I'm glad you're enjoying your food. Yep, chicken is very healthy. Again, it's rich in protein, and also it's rich in fat. But the flavor that you added into it, it's very impressive. And I like your picture too. Nice.
Thank you, Rishwant.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call upon and have Disha and Kavana's presentation. I hope you guys are there. Disha, Kavana, they are
Yes, we're
sisters.
here.
One second. So Disha and Kavana, they are sisters, and it's good to see both of them doing it together. That's a bond between them, right?
Yeah, nice to see you guys.
Pardon, Lavanya, I couldn't hear you.
No, nice to see you guys. I was just telling them.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't hear it.
You couldn't see, is it?
No, I couldn't hear.
One
There's
second,
no
I'll do it. I
volume.
think, yeah, I'll have to share with volume. They are there in the event, but they have sent us a recorded one also. Yeah. Once again.
Hello everybody, my name is Disha and my name is Kavna. Today we will be making strawberry pancakes. Pancake mix is made from all-purpose flour which is made from wheat. The process to cultivate the wheat is as follows. First get a pack of wheat seeds, then clear the soil of any weeds. Sow the seeds, rake the seeds and spread them out and then apply some natural manure. Cover it so that you can prevent the birds from eating and pecking the seeds. Then you have to water them frequently and wait for 4 months. After 4 months, use a sickle to cut them and stack them in bundles. Rub the bundles over a metal mesh to separate them in wheat grains. Finally, clean them by blowing the husk. About 300 grams of wheat can yield 5 kg of wheat. It is a labor-intensive process unlike vegetables. So now we're going to make the pancake. So this is the process to grow a strawberry. These are the health benefits of the strawberry. It has vitamin C, it has fiber. So the process to grow strawberry is, first you have to peel off strawberry skin. Then you put it in a cup of soil. And then you water it. Wait for at least 6 weeks. Then it'll start sprouting. After 75 days, it'll start to grow like the strawberry fruit. And then you can enjoy. Let's do some strawberry pancakes. So first we have to do the butter. You take one. Okay. And then put it in this pan that has already been heated. So now it's melting and pancake mix. We've already put some water, so we have to shake. And now open it and pour. But you have to wait till the butter fully. Okay. So now that we poured it, we have to wait for a bit. After a few seconds, you have to put the strawberry on top. So we have some strawberries here. Yeah. There. We have to save some strawberries for the next pancake. We have to put the sliced ones because they make it easier to eat the pancake. And now we'll wait for a few seconds until the pancake is fully made. So we have to also turn it a bit here, like that, so that it goes quicker. So now you see, after 3 minutes, the pancake is ready. So now I'm going to flip it. Okay, so while we are waiting to serve this pancake onto the plate, there are a few interesting fun facts about pancakes. The world's biggest pancake measured 49 feet in diameter and weighed 6,000 pounds. The world's most expensive pancake is available for $200 in England. Now we're going to put it on the plate and it's ready to serve. We're going to put some maple syrup on this maple syrup. Yeah. There you go. And it's ready to be eaten. Thank you for listening, everybody. Bye. Bye. Here you go.
Okay, nice. Disha Kavana, you're online, right? Do you have something to say about it?
The pancake ended up burnt because we kept it for too long. Yeah, we kept it for more than 3 minutes.
That was lovely to see here. Your presentation and the way you coordinated and did the procedure was very good, and hats off to that.
Thank you.
That is one sweet pancake you made. I really like the excitement of you both. And also, anybody, all kids, I think, love pancakes. And also the syrup, when you're pouring syrup, I can see how happy you guys are. Yeah. Nice presentation. I liked it.
Thank you.
Thank you both. And can I call upon Anya now? Hi, Anya. How are you? Anya, can you unmute and talk, dear? Anya?
Good.
Yeah. Yes. Can we hear from you? Yeah. Anya, what happened? Start.
It's in the chat.
What is it?
Oh, you have done something. Wait, what is that in the chat?
It says cucumber. It's like the slideshow.
Cucumber slideshow.
Yes.
When did you send it, Ma? Which chat? You send it to me separately or what? Yeah.
To the group.
Yes. Okay, I'm sharing it.
Okay. I have made some. I'm going to be telling you how to make cucumber rade.
Right. Yeah. Anya, you can see my screen, right? You can talk.
Yes. So the ingredients you will be needing is 4 baby cucumbers, 4 tablespoons of yogurt, and half a teaspoon of salt. So first you're going to be chopping the 4 baby cucumbers, and then you get some yogurt and beat it well. Then you add the cucumber into the yogurt, and then the final step is optional. You can garnish it with some coriander. So now the benefits of this cucumber right there is it helps with digestion, and it is high in vitamin K and helps with hydration.
Wow, this is very nice.
It also lasts for 1 day if you keep it outside.
Done, is
Thank
it?
you.
Thank you, Anya. Actually, this is my favorite dish. Whenever I have biryani, I cannot be without cucumber salad. I always love biryani with cucumber salad. Thank you so much, Anya.
No worries.
Had a visual treat today. Thank you.
Yeah, Anya, that's a nice presentation. and it's very colorful. I like the food art you made over there. It's interesting. Yeah, like Banu said, cucumber raita is one of my favorites too, and it makes your body to keep cool. That's an added advantage of cucumber. Thank you.
Hope you try too.
What?
Hope you try too.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the recipe. Okay, so Lavanya, we have few more kids who have sent us presentations because they are in different places. They are not able to join the event, but they have given us thing. Can I go through it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And this is Mitsula from Singapore. She has her exams today, so she was not able to join. Can you hear?
Good morning. Today, I'm going to make a laddu for this Foodies Goodies event. This laddu is not an ordinary laddu. It's black rice laddu. This is very healthy, yet it is very simple to make. This is packed with nutrients. It has many health benefits. Before we see the health benefits, let's see the ingredients to make for the laddu. The main ingredients we need are black rice and palm jaggery. To enhance the flavor and taste, we also add cashews, pistas, almonds and cardamom. First, let us start roasting the ingredients one by one. Now we have roasted all the ingredients and put it in a dry plate. Let it cool down for some time. Now, let's transfer the roasted ingredients into the mixie jar and grind it to a powder. We have powdered the roasted ingredients. Because of the stickiness of the black rice and the jaggery, it's easy for us to make laddus without any ghee. This is the final output of the recipe.
Now it's the time to taste the laddu. It's so delicious. So, may I know what are the benefits in the laddu?
The black rice laddu has 384 calories. It's a good source of several nutrients, particularly protein, fiber, and iron. It is rich in antioxidants and has anti-cancer effects. It helps to protect against heart disease. It also helps for weight loss. Lastly, it lowers blood sugar levels. Everyone, please try this scrumptious and delicious recipe at your home and let me know your comments. Thank you.
Wow, it was good to see Mutra. And I don't know anything about black rice. Is there something like that, Lavanya?
Yeah, I heard about this. Also, red rice. Those are really healthy, and I like the way she make it. She made this laddu so simple, and it looks so healthy with all the nuts in it. Please convey my wishes to her. It's very yummy. Maybe I will try it for Diwali.
Yeah, sure. It's a good favorite, right, for all festivals and all. And it seems to be very easy to do. Maybe I too will try. Thank you for the recipe. Thank you so much. Now, the next in line will be Akshat, and he's from Norway.
Goodies.
It's too early for him to join, actually.
Okay.
So he has sent another soup here, my favorite
Let's
again.
see what I have made this time for Foodie Goodies. Fresh cream soup. Let's see the recipe of the soup. Ingredients. You must have butter, oregano, potato, onion, fresh cream, pepper, milk, carrot and peas. Let's see how to make the soup. Take a vessel and put the butter inside. Let the butter melt for 1 to 2 minutes. Pour some milk and the veggies. Put some oregano and pepper. Stir it for 5 to 6 minutes. After some time, pour the fresh cream and let it boil for 10 minutes. And your soup is ready. If you make it, just enjoy it hot and fresh.
fresh. Nutritional benefits. Milk has calcium in it. The vegetables have minerals and vitamin. Oregano enriches the flavor and the pepper helps in digestion. Fresh cream adds a sour taste and gives thickness to it. The dish's calories are 68 calories for a cup measuring 150 ml. Thank you.
Soup is again an alternative to my food. I love soups instead of taking a full meal actually. And another alternative for fresh cream, Lavanya, it's for us. A weight gain is also an important consideration.
Yes, you can try, the well-strained yogurt, Greek yogurt.
Okay.
You can try that. If you don't like the sourness, you can add a little bit of honey or sugar in it, just a little bit, and then nicely beat it and use it as cream.
That's a very good recipe by
Yeah.
Akshay. Thank you, Akshay. I would definitely try this
Yeah.
because
Convey
soups
my
are my
wishes to Akshit too. That's one healthy soup, and I like how he added this oregano into it. Keeps that Italian flavor there. It's really good.
Thank you, Lavanya. And there ends our kids' presentations. And yeah, we would like to share your knowledge on this food processing and preservation field.
Yeah, sure. I would like to share something. Is it okay if I share my slide? How long you have in this presentation?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, kids are there. No problem. You can start.
Okay.
You're with your Mac platform or PC?
It's in PC. Let me try the screen share.
Actually, it doesn't work for cross platforms. You're with a PC or Mac?
It is not Mac, but it is in laptop only.
Yeah, okay, then you can share. With Mac,
Yeah.
it has a cross platform. Skype doesn't work actually.
Right.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah,
Can,
good.
can you see? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to go quickly as possible. I don't want to go in deep. There are lots of slides. So I just like to explain what food science and technology is, so that how it relates.
Actually, you can present your screen. No, you have that screen button, slideshow button at the top left.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Yeah. So food science is to know how does all carbs and protein, all fat you're talking about with your recipes. You can learn about the food science beneath it, and you can create recipes, you can create food products once you know about that basics. And then food technology is basically once you have the recipe, you need to prepare the food, preserve it, pack it, present it to customers, sell it, and all those. You need to know the food technology behind it. That's what it is. With this advancement in food science and technology, we got frozen foods, canned foods, microwavable foods, and also you can see milk, shelf-stable milk in supermarket, where you don't have to put it in refrigerator. It's already in carton boxes, and it lasts for months. And using food science and technology, we created soy milk and other milk. Now you can see lots of almond milk, cashew milk, and all this. And lots of diet foods came up based on this food science behind it. And also nowadays you can see all this traditional food in pre-packed packages. So you don't have to prepare it from the basic. I wanted to share one interesting project that I was working when I was doing masters. This is the live lettuce in the container. You can buy this lettuce. You don't have to grow it at home. You can buy this live lettuce. inside the container, they are using nitrogen gas to preserve it so that it lives longer. And you can just take a couple of leaves at a time, and then you can close the container so those plants will be still alive for a long time. These are the advantage of learning food science and technology. And in this world, we need lots of food because population is keep growing. So that's how food science and technology helps in this world. To become food scientists or technologists, we should be familiar with chemistry, biochemistry. Those are like, for example, if you cut an apple, it goes brown. Those browning reaction is because of this and this enzymatic browning. And once you put it outside because of oxygen in air, it gets brown. So there is a science behind it. You need to learn about that to preserve it. Nowadays, you can buy pre-packed apples. You just slice the apple and they have a special package for it, and it lasts for weeks. And then microbiology, same thing. Food, it controls food spoilage. We can save lots of food not getting spoiled. And then once we know nutritional of each food, we can create lots of different diets. Those diets might help diabetic people, condition people, and other conditions. Anybody recovering from surgery, you can create a special diet for them. All this once we know about the nutritional. These are few examples. There are like two types of browning. One, you just put heat to the product. That's how you get browning in bread, cookies. Another type of browning is the one I told you, apples and other fruits. Once you cut it and leave it open, it gets brown. Those are different browning reactions. I will skip this. You guys all know one kid was presenting a donut, right? Yashwant, you know how donuts are forming, keeping the shape because it develops that gluten structure in it. Once you mix wheat flour and water and other milk, egg ingredients into it, the protein inside the flour, it absorbs those moisture and builds a structure, which is like once you fry it, it won't get destroyed. It keeps the structure as it is. That's why gluten is very important in it. And also we can separate those gluten and make vegetarian meat product. I have that in next slide. So this is like, it's a mimic of chicken product. Who was making the chicken? Rishwan, you were making chicken, right? You were saying in this whole world, a lot of people are eating chicken and some people not eating chicken. Those not eating chicken group, they can eat this veggie chicken-like product. They can also enjoy your food using this. This is made with purely gluten. You can create this recipe using soy chunks. Banu, I don't know what we call it in India. Soy chunks. Meal maker.
Yeah, meal maker.
It's a meal maker, yeah. Then once you study this food science and nutrition, these are the career, not limited to this, there are lots of opportunities. These are most common career pathway. You can develop product, you can test the developed product. That's what sensory scientist is. It's a huge industry. And next thing is the quality control. You developed a product, somebody tested it in the market, but you need to make a quality product, right? So that it will be consistent. That's what quality control job is. And then while you made product, all quality product now you need to sell it in market. That's the sales representative. And then food technologists are the person who works with equipment, develop equipment, do research on equipment like that. manufacturing specialist would be the production people who manufacture different products using these equipment. These are a few pictures from my workspace. So this is like a sensory lab where this person is presenting samples to all these people outside, and they taste test it and they tell us how they like it. You see this picture below, those emojis. You don't have to write it. Just click how you feel about this product, like that. It's an interesting work. And then I already told you about product development. Usually product development, you create product or you match already existing product in market. And sometimes customer might want to save money. So you can check all the ingredients. You can use alternate ingredients, but give the same similar product. And then you can also develop product. Like if you have chili chicken, you can develop like pepper chicken. Those are the line developments I'm saying. That's an example. And here's the R&D lab where you can check the viscosity, sugar content, salt content, like those values. And you can also test like a donut. You can fry it or you can try to bake it. Those are the R&D lab equipment. Quality control means you are checking ingredients which you are using in the product, those are good quality. And then once you make the product, how long you can keep the product outside and what kind of packaging you need. That's what shelf life study is. And then inspections, the QC's main job is to inspect the ingredients, inspect product, and also you need to inspect the equipment and employees too, because we want employees to maintain good practice, like no nails, nail polish, clean hands, like those are the things you'll be inspecting in QA. These are few equipments. The top one is for checking the sugar content. You just need to drop in this glass section and you can get the readings here. And this is for viscosity check. This motor will run into this liquid and you can get the value from there. This is another viscometer. You can, like for donuts, you are using glazes, right? If it is too liquid, it won't stay on the product. So you want to maintain it in a consistent viscosity. So you can check here. You can release the gate here and it runs like this and it stops at one point. That's the value. That's how you measure the viscosity. And like I said, this is our company donut, like how Jashwant was saying. This is how we make the dough and we flatten it. And this is the donut cutter. You see this small hole in the middle. You remove that so you can get this round shaped donut with the hole in it. And after you fry it, you put it on top of the glaze and take it out. And this is how it glazed. That small round thing you are taking out, you can even fry that and put it in glaze. That is what donut holes are. Some donut shop sells like that. And I'm going to send this link to you, Banu, if anybody interested to see pastry, how they make pastries, custard raisin roll. These are products I developed, so they can watch it if they want to. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Lavanya. This was quite informative. And what will be the caterer's role in this, Lavanya, actually?
Okay, caterers, they need to know what's the science behind it, because they need to create a product and they need to make it consistent. They cannot change their recipe all the time, then the quality won't be good enough. And also they need to know what kind of preservatives they can use, because when they cater it, their food will be they'll be leaving their food outside for a long time. So you better make it good with good quality ingredients and good cooking procedure and preservatives added into it. Preservatives don't need to be always chemical preservative. It can be like salt, lemon, those lemon contains lots of citric acid, which preserves it naturally. And also, for example, if you're making yogurt rice, it won't stay outside for a long time. But when you cater it, you need to keep it for a long time outside in the party. So instead of adding lots of yogurt into it, add sour cream and milk. That should be the large portion, and then add little bit of yogurt into it. So when you mix it and keep it outside, that natural process will be going on. That milk in it will balance with this yogurt, and it keeps the product out for a long time. And the salt you are adding into it, that keeps the product out for long. So if they know the basics of what foods are preservatives, how much they can use into it. Those are like I was just giving you a simple example like that.
Okay, and what about the certification issues and all? Because since it's a food industry, there will be more restrictions to it, right?
Yes.
Because it is consumed here. We have ISO certification, something like that, right? So food grades, what will be the government role in this?
I believe in India it is FSSAI. That's the certification we are doing. Here in US, FDA certification. Here there are like lots of third-party certification company available. They come and inspect our plant, and we need to write down our food safety plan. We need to tell them that we are sifting all the ingredients. Once we make the product, it goes through the metal detector, so that no metal contamination in it. That's how we prove that our products are safe to eat. So they come and certify the product. And main thing is you need to have proper labeling for each product. I see now lots of food products rejected by the certification agency because of this labeling. So in the label, you can see what kind of allergen present in the product. That is very important for kids who have allergy. They can avoid those food. So that's where certification comes.
Wow, good. That was very informative, Lavanya. And how frequent is the inspection actually from government side? So once in a month or?
Usually it's once a year.
Okay.
If you are importing or exporting, that they will be doing it in the customs still. So
okay.
Otherwise, it's once a year.
Oh, super. Okay, good. So, and from kids' side, do you have any other doubts? You can unmute and ask. So they are, I think they are all done. So thank you so much, Lavanya. Your presence was indeed a feast for us. And yeah, we really enjoyed your.
I also loved all the foods that they presented. I wish I had more time to talk about their recipes and their food, what's the science behind it and technology behind it. But I know it takes a long time. But I really enjoyed your presentation today. Kudos for all kids.
Yeah, the kids there have filled our hearts with their presentations, and so is our tummy now. So yeah, my heartfelt thanks to parents also who are being in close quarters with me and kids in each and every activity that we do. The inputs of parents are very important and means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And Lavanya, once again, thank you so much for your time. I understand that you were busy with your audit presentations, and in spite of your busy schedules, you had your time for us. And thank you so much for that, Lavanya. Hope you enjoyed.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much. Bye. See you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, dears. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.